Hello, everyone. It's Julie Tara here. I just wanted to talk a little bit with you today about the power of building the Nikken business. You know, when I started, I was 3 months late in rent and really had prayed for something to help me get out of the financial predicament I was in. That was really where my pain was. And when I found Nikken and the products helped my back and then helped other people, I just thought, this is incredible. I want to take this to the world. I want to help people with these technologies. The first thing I had to do was get the products to give people experiences like I had had. So I borrowed $3,500 from two different people. I said, I'm going to build $1 million business, and I actually said a multi-million-dollar business, which is what happened. And I don't know how fast it will happen, but I need a little bit of seed capital to begin. And if you can lend me this money, I'll pay you back as soon as I can. I just don't know quite when that will be. And they lent me the money and I got going. I got the products. I got the packs, you know, sleep packs and the energy packs. And of course, now we have the water. We didn't have that then. And that's what I started with those packs. I had multiples. So I had, you know, 2 sleep packs initially and quite a lot of the energy products. And I thought, if I just give people good experiences with these products and lend them out, this is going to grow. This is going to happen because other people are going to have experiences just like me. So that was really the fundamental MO. I mean, I made a plan, of course, to go to Roll Diamond within 5 years or less, and I worked it backwards from that point. So begin with the end in mind, absolutely, and then how much money I'd be making, and then diamond by 4 years, and platinum by, you know, a year and a half, and gold by, I think I had a year written down, you know, guesstimate, and silver by 6 months. Well, what happened is silver happened in 2 months, and at that time it was $20,000 worth of product being moved within a month. So it happened in the second month. And how did it happen? Because of really getting people experiences with the technologies and them having amazing results and wanting to do what I was doing, which was share it with their friends who they knew were hurting in one way or the other. Yeah, you know, physically, mentally, emotionally, or possibly financially the same, like myself. So it started to grow really fast, and that has always been my MO. Is if I keep putting these products out on people, this business is going to grow. Because, you know, for everyone who maybe doesn't notice a whole lot, there are others who notice a life-changing experience within 7 to 10 days, which is about how long I lend products. Sometimes I'll lend it for a couple of weeks. But I lend a lot of products at a time. So I want to just talk about this a little bit. You know, I don't just lend a power band here or there, or a mag boy, a mag duo, or, you know, a pillow or whatever. No. I have people come to my home because I have control over my environment here. And, you know, I really teach them about the technologies. And we do the different tests. So we do lemon tests. We do, I'm not going to go into it, but lemon tests, ice melting tests with showing what happens with the frequencies of the sun and what happens with acid alkaline shifts with the lemon. And then rollouts. Now, rollouts are really, really powerful. Rollouts are one of the most incredible ways where we create a complete connection with somebody else through silence. We're giving them a magnetic massage. They're having an incredible experience. And I can't tell you the things I've heard after a rollout. It's just extraordinary. I mean, I've had people say, I've never felt so loved in all my life. I feel like a bird in a nest, so safe and calm. I had one woman, I remember, she said, I've never let anyone touch me, let alone give me a massage, because I have an injury in my low back where my father kicked me with a steel boot. So I've never let anyone touch me in this way. But I feel wonderful. She said, I feel great and I feel safe and I feel, you know, my back isn't hurting. And that was so profound to me. Oh my goodness. So I have a lot of stories like that about the power of the rollouts, but it's that silence and the syncing up and the heart resonance that you create between you and the other, because you're working with that magnetic flow. So as you're working with it on them, you're also getting that beautiful magnetic flow coming into the body. Now, I will say that often after rollouts, when I've sat just quietly next to them while they're resting with their sleep mask and they're all cuddled up and they're just looking like a 6-year-old, so peaceful and calm, and, you know, I mean, literally the years just drop away. I can tell you I've often just prayed for them and asked if there was any guidance. Many times, An angel has come, an angel has appeared. Mother Mary has come several times, mostly angels, and they give messages. Sometimes it's an animal, it's a power animal, and they'll come and they'll give a message. And the messages that I've given, when I've asked people, are you open to a vision that I was just given? And so long as they say yes, which they always have, I'll tell them what's happened. And they're usually just in tears. They're laying there with just tears falling down their face off the sides here because they're lying on their back, because it's true, because the message is real. And the message is expressly for them. And very, very often, in fact, all the time, right? It's about things that I knew nothing about, that they know everything about. So the message is precise for them. So this is a huge reason why rollouts are so powerful, because you create sacred space, a blessed place, whereby it's so calm and healing and beautiful in the atmosphere, and there's so much silence and stillness, especially after the rollout is done and they're resting. This is where it's just as powerful as the actual rollout itself, that these angelic beings can actually come and show up. So it's really a blessing. And I feel incredibly moved and blessed to be the recipient of the message for them. Sometimes they'll get their own message as well, of course. So that's great. And they feel so connected in with everything. I've had people say, I feel like I'm connected into the web of life. And I say, exactly, that's actually what's happening. You're reconnecting to the Earth's magnetic field, to the sun's beautiful health-promoting energy, to the atmospheric energy. You are connecting into the web of life. And that is really profound. When we feel connected, not only do we feel calm and peaceful, but we feel joyful and that we belong. That we belong. So this is why the rollout is such a key component of showing somebody our wellness home, the wellness sanctuary, and what we're actually creating with these technologies. And then I teach them about, it's the sleep at night, it's the pad, the pillow, the quilt, the pillowcase. So that's 4 things. And then the water, of course, talk about the water, and then the daytime products, which are as important to stay connected to these fields, so they're connected 24/7. So in the daytime, it's like the power bands or the prettier necklaces or the power band bracelets and the prettier bracelets, the insoles, which, I have in my shoes here always, so these, and the seats, the Nikken Kenko seats, which are huge for offices, for cars, for sitting. When you're sitting, mine has a pretty cover on it, as you can see. And whenever I'm at a computer like this, I'm always on my Nikken seat. And I have one in my car, one in my office upstairs. So, surround sound is what I teach them. It's you've got to be connected to these frequencies all day, all night. Why? Because we're surrounded by toxins and chemicals and bad food, and we have EMF frequencies, Wi-Fi all the time mostly. Now, I'm going to recommend to them that they turn the Wi-Fi off at night so that they get peace at night. But in the day, we're all using it. We understand we're using it. We're not going to stop using it. But it really interrupts our energetic frequencies so much. It just dismantles our energy. So we're electrical. We should be vibrant, and we need to plug in to the right kind of battery. And of course, that's what we're doing with the Wellness Home. So that's why it's so important to teach that it's not just the nighttime technologies, although that's critical because that's 1/3 of your life, and that's when you really heal, is at sleep time. So the sleep system is the most core thing that we have and the most important thing, I really believe. And then, of course, in the day, all the daytime products, plus, certain things like the Kenko Touch, for when they're working with an injury or something like that, or an acidic stomach or whatever it might be. The water, of course, is absolutely critical. The water bottle, the shower, and then we've got our skincare and our nutritionals that we love and that we take every single day. So those are all important. So I'm to teach about that. And I'm listening for their issues. What are they struggling with, and what can we really, also really focus on? So if there's a certain issue, like a knee issue or something, then we're going to focus on the knee with the wraps and the power chips or the duct tape or whatever. So we're going to focus on certain areas, but I will not just land one little thing and expect a miracle. No, They need to commit with me for a good 7 to 10 or 12 or 14 days to really work with the technologies to get even a glimpse of what can happen with the technologies. And then, when they take all the technologies with them home, I say, I want to chat with you every couple of days, just briefly, just check in. I said, and here's the thing. And of course, I've done all the strength tests, this test, and, there's so many tests we can do, right? And with phones, without phones, all of that. But then I say to them, you've already seen, you're 60% stronger when you're on the products than not. It's physics. It works on everyone. You may notice a great result right away. And if you do, we'll both be so excited and happy about that. That's going to be great. However, you may notice nothing much during the time period that you borrowed these products. But you've already seen here with our lemon test, the acid alkalinity, what's happening. You've seen with the strength test, you've seen the ice melting test. That's an amazing test as well, with the solar technology and how it vibrates the water and melts it without any kind of heat convection. And so I've been teaching about that. So I said, I just want you to remember these things that you've seen today and witnessed today and experienced today, and especially that rollout. Because people are so relaxed and so refreshed after the rollouts. And very often issues they've had just disappear during the rollout. So I want to remind them of that. And then I say, you might feel worse before you feel better. It's possible that you could feel worse before you feel better, because even though that's not the result we want, obviously, you may detox to some degree. And I just say, it's similar to if you change your diet and then suddenly you come out with pimples and you're like, why do I have pimples? I just cleaned up my diet. I stopped eating dairy food. Well, exactly. So now all that residue can start coming out of the skin, which is the largest organ of the body, and you can start to get better. You can start to really get your health back. So I do let them know that they possibly could feel worse. Another analogy that I give is pins and needles. I say, when you wake up in the morning and yet your arm has sort of gone dead and you go, and it's just not, there's no feeling there. And they say, what do you do when that happens? And they go, well, I kind of pinch it or I massage it. And I say, yeah. And then what happens? And they say, well, then it starts to hurt. And I say, yeah, it starts to hurt, doesn't it? It starts to really feel weird. And it doesn't feel very good. Pins and needles is not the greatest feeling. I said, is that a good sign? And then I just wait. And then they say, well, yes. And I say, why is it a good sign? And they say, well, because my nervous system is waking up. My nerves are waking up, and I guess there's more blood flowing down my arm now. And so I'm feeling it again. I say, exactly. That's right. That could happen whilst you're on these products, because it's going to support all the flows of your body. So if there are areas that have been tight and constricted and now the flow is happening, you could get a kind of pins and needles type of experience. And if that happens, I want you to let me know about that so we can talk it out and we can talk about it. Because I don't want you to be scared of this, because these products are totally safe. They're non-invasive. They're non-chemical. They're highly effective. And they're so convenient to use. And once you get this, you'll never not get it. You see, that's the beauty of education. Once you learn something, you never can unlearn it. Whatever you do with that knowledge is what you choose to do with that knowledge. My work, my job is to educate you, to help you understand something that I never knew about until, thank you, Rita. Rita came into my life at 38 and a half years old I was, and she taught me about this, and I've been using these technologies ever since for now 23 years, every night, every day. And I have to say, I enjoy the greatest health. It doesn't mean I never get a cold. It doesn't mean I never have a flu, but it's pretty rare. And when I do, I'm sort of surprised. And I usually look and go, maybe I was just, partying too late one night or something silly like that. And I didn't really take care. Maybe my diet got a little acidic without my thinking about it. I was being sloppy or something, not really paying attention. But to be honest, in 23 years, I have just been thriving. And that's why this is such an incredible business, because you can help people thrive, and it's beautiful, and you can help them thrive financially. And that's, of course, what happened. So I kept putting people on the products. I kept helping them put people on the products, making sure that they had their own products. They got their packs so they could get their packs on their people, so that, we could really build this through experience. And that they weren't just trying to tell their friends that something wonderful had come down the pike that they should pay attention to, but couldn't give them the real experiences, because the experience is so powerful. And then we have our stories like this. And, and gosh, I've helped at least 10 people join the Millionaires Club with Nikken. People have made many millions with this business. And we're only at, I think, less than 1% market penetration, Nikken is, in the wellness industry, which is the fastest growing industry in the healthcare industry. The wellness industry is booming. It's booming. Everybody wants to learn about what to do to take care of their health that's easy and fun, that they can really incorporate fluently and fluidly into their life. So then it was just a matter of finding the right people to take this mission forward with me to the world. And to be quite honest, most of the people that I sponsored who became platinums and diamonds, they're all in the healthcare industry. Really, almost all of them. They were already in the macrobiotic industry, or they were in the healthcare industry. They were already passionate about health. But it's not necessary to be in the healthcare industry to be a part of Nikken and to be highly successful. There are many, many people who come from Western medicine who are highly successful in Nikken. There are many people who are coming from a completely different background, sales of other things, nothing to do with health, but found their passion with this, And so that's the key, is then to find the right people, the people that really get it and say, yes, I want to market this. I want to take this to market. Why? Because the world needs it. Nobody has it. Everybody needs it. And our world deserves it. Our world deserves to know, to be educated and to know. And again, what they do with it is what they do with it. That's their privilege. Some will say yes, some will say no, some will say maybe, some people will get products, and that's how it is. So thank you all for listening. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye for now.